Welcome to Bluegrass Brooklyn, our podcast all about the music we love, straight from the Bluegrass borough of Brooklyn, New York. Welcome to this Monday edition of Bluegrass Brooklyn. I'm your host, Mike Wilner. On these Monday editions, we like to explore themes and topics related to our favorite music, and today we explore Bluegrass, the next generation. We're speaking with the Biscuit Eaters, a family band from rural Western North Carolina. We meet Meredith, mom, and 3 of the 5 kids who are in the band. We're going to talk with Silas, Maggie, and Molly. Absolutely delightful interview. Hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Please remember to follow us at Bluegrass Brooklyn, Brooklyn spelled BKLYN. Visit us at bluegrassbrooklyn.com. Drop a line, Mike at bluegrassbrooklyn.com. Find jams in Uptown Manhattan, Bronx, Riverdale, New Jersey, and around the country. bluegrassjamsnearme.com. Drop a line to Liz at bluegrassjamsnearme.com. Okay, let's get to the interview. Okay, so here we are with the Biscuit Eaters, a family band from Surrey, North Carolina. We have Meredith. Hi, Meredith.
Hi.
As well as Maggie, Silas, and Molly. Hi, kids.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
All right, so now I'm going to ask the most important possible question. What's with the name, the Biscuit Eaters? Who came up with that and why?
Do we get that a lot, guys?
Yes.
Yes. We do, all the time. We have a pretty international following, actually, so it's been quite the conversation. Mm-hmm. What kind of biscuits do you like? I'm like, there's only one kind of biscuit. We're from the South, you know. We are from North Carolina, and biscuits are a staple down here. Biscuits as in flour, some type of fat. We use shortening, and then buttermilk is our choice. Mm-hmm. And you eat them for breakfast, for dinner, for a snack, with all kinds of things. We love biscuits, and I think a lot of other people do. And at the time when we started playing, our church, which is a very important part of our lives, mm-hmm. we have a full breakfast every Sunday, and biscuits and gravy is always the centerpiece. I thought it would be just a fun name. It's a regional thing. There are other bands with similar names. We have one old-time band in the area called the Leftover Biscuits. They're a little bit older than us, so it's just a fun name.
And now I'm hungry.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So let's talk a little bit about how the band formed. I mean, everybody plays an instrument or more than one. How did it go from everybody kind of plays an instrument and then like coming together as a family playing music together? How did that happen?
I'll have to answer because they were just little bitty guys when we started. My husband and I are bluegrassers from way back. I always laugh to say our first couple of years of marriage had a background track to my husband learning the banjo. And that was 26 years ago. So that's probably the only painful thing about that time was somebody learning to play the banjo. And he's just very driven, and he played it a lot, but he did well, and he's a great banjo player. He has taught Josiah how to play. We had a bluegrass gospel group out in Colorado for a couple years, and we toured the state and played churches everywhere and had a couple of CDs, and that was just a really fun part of our early years of marriage before kids. And then, you know, life happens. We started having babies and went into ministry, and music kind of took a back seat except for playing music at church. We have always been the music people at our church. And then, like a lot of times will happen in families and in life, things circle back around. Yeah. My husband and I, we met on a horse ranch in Colorado. He's from North Carolina. I'm from Alabama. So the Lord really worked hard to put us together way out in Colorado. But we were big into horses, into rodeo, and all those things. And funny enough, my oldest son, John, he will be 20 next month. He lives in Texas, and he works for a very good cutting horse trainer. In our life, horses came back around, and John is now, that's his profession, and we have horses. The kids love Maggie. Do you love horses?
Yes.
Yes. She's a big horse fan, and Mom does too. And the same thing happened for us with music. It came back around, our bluegrass roots. I remember, Silas, I think you were maybe 4 or 5 years old, and you could hear him walk around the house saying, "It's a lonesome feeling when you're traveling." So they've heard it for so long. And then, going back to church, the kids were always in service with us, so they learned the old songs. We did hymns as well as some old gospel stuff that we still do today. So they grew up hearing those sounds that define a lot of the bluegrass sound. I taught them to sing harmony really early. Yeah. And because of that, I think when it came time to introduce instruments, when they showed an interest in that, they just really picked it up quickly. It was this very organic thing that happened. And it was very quickly that they were playing songs and then playing songs together without prompting by me. That wasn't, okay, let's all sit down and we're going to play this together. It was, I heard a jam session going on and walked into them playing together. And Silas was probably, 5 or 6? And Molly wasn't even playing yet at that time. So it was a very organic thing. But like I said, they have the music inside of them and the sound, the ear for it. All really I have done is just kind of been a organizer to try to help them, be a polished group of musicians who felt comfortable going on a big stage and playing music together for other people. They've had lessons here and there. Like I said, my husband taught the banjo player. Our oldest son, he actually learned a couple of years with Suzuki because self-taught fiddler, and I knew I was missing something foundationally that was holding me back. So I started him off in that, and he just really took to it and quickly moved to all fiddle music. And then I've taught the other ones to play, and we've had all kinds of other teachers. I could go on because I love the story, and I love how it happened, and it wasn't this forced thing. It was, we're just playing music together because it's fun. And early on got that satisfaction of playing together with other people, and when the harmony hits right and when you can take a break, and that combination was just very gratifying, which is neat. That's why we love it, right?
Nothing's better than when you really fall into the groove and the music works. I want to ask the kids some questions. Molly, you play the fiddle, and I play fiddle as well, so I'm going to play favorites here and talk to the fiddle players first. What's your favorite thing about playing fiddle?
Is it the song itself, or is it playing for people, or being part of the group? What do you think?
It's like playing for people because it's fun to see them smile and clap for me when I play fiddle.
Isn't that great? All right.
Yeah.
All right, Maggie, you're not getting off easy either. I got to ask you a question too. Who, outside of your family, is your favorite guitar player?
Probably, I really like Doc Watson and Mr. Chester McMillan.
Okay, good taste in guitar players. All right. So I want to ask Molly one more question. Molly, how did you learn how to do your dancing? Was it just watching people, or did someone give you lessons? How did that happen?
My mom sort of gave me a little bit of dancing, and then I just loved it so much that I started doing it a lot.
It sounds like the Junior Appalachian Musicians experience has been a big part of everyone's life here. Why don't we have one of the kids tell us about their experience with jam?
Maggie, you want to?
Jam it's really fun. You get to have one-on-one time with your teacher, and you get to jam with other kids.
And I'll say that Jam's a nonprofit.
Yep.
It's over, I think, 6 or 7 states now. There's over 60 programs. We have a chapter here in Elkin. And the whole idea behind Jam is building a community one tune at a time, which is, I mean, how great is that? And I'm the director here in Elkin. We focus our instruction to middle schoolers. That's a little flexible. We have a big homeschool community here that is involved in our program. We get together weekly during the school year. We break up into instrument groups according to, levels. We primarily do old time music here, but they learn tunes, they learn their traditions, they learn dance. And it's a very community thing. It's, they come together, they have a place where it's not strange to sing a song called The Cuckoo. It's a normal thing to come and learn the old songs and Polly Wolly Doodle, and people might scoff at that today, but they can come here and learn those old traditions and the old songs. And also where we are, we're big on the history of this type of music because look who's from Surrey County, Tommy Jarrell.
Yeah.
Kyle Creed's from this area, Ernest East, Fred Cockrum. I mean, there's so many worldwide names that are from right here. We live in Low Gap, so we're just right down the road from all of those guys.
Yeah.
And make that a point to teach that. This is what Jam is. We come every week. We play music together. We also do Appalachian handicrafts here. So they do pottery, they do leather craft, and it's a great program. I can't say enough about it. Our teachers are just phenomenal. Chester McMillan. Chester is old-time music royalty. He played with Tommy Jarrell. If you go back and look at all the videos of Tommy playing, you'll see Chester actually playing the guitar that Maggie plays now on stage. He gifted that to her a couple years ago, and he has been a big influence on our music, especially Maggie's guitar playing, don't you think?
Yeah.
What is unique about how Mr. Chester plays?
He does more of the runs, and he uses the thumb pick.
He just won the North Carolina Heritage Award, Folk Arts.
Silas, what's your favorite part of Jam, besides hanging out with your mom?
The fiddle class.
What's your favorite fiddle tune? What do you like playing the most?
Wild Horses at Stony Point.
Okay. Molly, do you have a favorite fiddle tune?
Maybe Over the Waterfall.
Okay. And I can't leave Maggie out of this question. Maggie, what's your favorite tune in general, either to play on the guitar solo or to play with a group?
Oh, man.
Tough questions.
I don't know. There's so many good songs.
Can I make
that
it
we-
easier for you? What's your favorite Doc Watson song?
I really like the way he plays Molly and Tim Brooks.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? The Tennessee Walker Horse.
Tennessee Stud.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Good choices. Great taste in music you guys have. Yeah. I want to ask, what was it like making the transition from sitting around at home playing together to getting up on stage and performing, with a transition from the family jam circle to the bandstand? What was that like?
Do you even remember, Silas? He was 6 years old when we played Merlefest.
Oh, boy.
He was just a little guy, and Molly was 4 when we were at Merlefest. I think she maybe danced. She had just started the fiddle. Do you remember? But Maggie, you're older. Maggie's 12. Do you remember moving from playing just at home to our actual playing on stage?
I just remember that it was really hard to change and to play in front of the microphone and stuff.
Microphones are scary. The kids are relatively shy and quiet. I'm the motor mouth of the family, okay? They take after their dad. He's a very reserved person. So the microphone is a little scary.
Things, of course, is you're not sitting in a circle. You're standing in a line, and all of a sudden, you can't just watch people's hands, and you can't look for those little signals that you might give each other. So that was probably a little tough.
Well, we joke about this because we typically use condenser mics where we are really close to each other. I'm on the end, and I can give everybody the mom eye. You know,
Yeah.
Okay, your break is coming up next. Don't forget, you have to sing. You're singing harmony on this one. You know, they know my facial expressions and that kind of the nod that says, get in here. You need to get closer to the mic. So that has really helped.
Yeah.
It's very rare that we've ever had to use individual mics, like, in a line. And when we have, it has been very difficult because they can't see well. But that's been rare, really. And for the sound, too, when you're harmonizing together,
Yes.
If you can get your heads close enough, you can mix your own sound.
Yeah.
That's one reason we like that setup, that stage plot. So
I saw Molly smiling when you were talking about harmonizing. Do you like to sing harmony, Molly?
Yes, sir.
do you like to sing lead, upper harmony, or lower harmony?
I like to sing upper harmony.
She's typically the tenor girl. She has a couple of songs that she does lead on, but she has this wonderful knack to pick out harmony. And we were working on some originals last night that she had only heard me, practicing. She didn't remember the words yet, but she could find the harmony line to the higher part.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I want to talk about another transition. You guys recorded an album. So getting into the studio is very different than sitting around a jam circle or standing on a bandstand. What was that like?
What was it like recording, Maggie?
It was probably the hardest thing. It was really hard.
How come? What made it more difficult?
Well, you weren't playing at the same time as that the others were. And you were just alone in a room singing with headphones on, and it was really hard to describe.
Interesting. You kind of lose the personal contact and eye contact part of it.
Yes.
Silas, anything you enjoyed about doing the studio album?
Everything was perfect. So when we listened to it, there was no mess ups or anything.
Right, you get to fix them all.
We had some help. I think our producer, Mike Mitchell.
Oh, sure, no, Mike.
He's a great friend of ours. He has actually just taken on Silas as a student to help him kind of transition from a great old-time fiddler to a great bluegrass fiddler. We recorded at Mike's home studio, and we did not do it with the multiple rooms. We worked off of a click track, and all the kids did their parts individually.
Yeah.
That maybe made it harder, but I think it was the best thing for us for this first time. Mike is such a great supporter of my kids and all of his students. He was encouraging, he was welcoming, because my guys are shy.
Yeah.
And to have a big microphone in your face and you hear, how you hear everything.
Yeah.
It was different. And he was so gracious and did an excellent job. He did the mixing work as well. It's going to be a treasure for us for years, forever.
I certainly heard several songs on there. I heard Molly, you singing. And was it weird to be singing alone with headphones and microphone and stuff like that?
It was very weird when you sing.
Yet somehow it came out great. So I love the selection on the album. It's almost all covers of very classic, great bluegrass and gospel songs, but there are a couple of originals on there. Who's the songwriter in the group?
Who writes? Mom's the songwriter.
All right. The band seems very partial to sticking to classic bluegrass, traditional bluegrass, and the stuff that is original sounds very traditional. What is your approach to songwriting?
I've been songwriting since I was a teenager. And really, it's an expression, as you know, as a songwriter yourself. A lot of times it's just how you express yourself. For me, my faith is the main part of my life and my family's life. So in that regard, it can be a part of worship. This is how I express myself to the Lord, of how I'm appreciative and how much I love him. And the other songs that we've done, like North Carolina Kid, it's really just contemplating the blessings of my life and experiences to put into song how grateful I am for this beautiful life that we're able to live in rural North Carolina. And I'm just so grateful, and I want the kids to be grateful too. I want them to love their state, love their community, and remember the times of eating watermelon with friends and playing in the creek and Even the hard work that we've done having a little farm, Josiah's probably on a tractor. That's our banjo player. He's probably on a tractor right now doing some bush hogging work, and it's good to work. And I want them to remember that fondly, and it's satisfying to this simple life that we have. We're just so grateful. So a lot of times it's just from a grateful heart, and it resonates with people.
So, Maggie, is there any particularly funny story about performing or being in the studio that comes to mind? Anything silly or funny that happened you'd like to tell the listeners?
It was on the gospel song. On the very end, we go up a key, and I sing the very highest. And it was really funny and hard for me to try and do that, because in my headphones it sounded like there was two of me, and that was probably the hardest part of recording, was that song. And it was really funny because we worked so hard, and Mr. Mike tried so many different things to try and get me to sing it right.
You got there, though, didn't you?
I did.
And when we learned the song as a group, originals are really hard to learn for us because they haven't been hearing them for all these years. It's new to them. The banjo player doesn't have the licks running through his head like he does for all the classics that we do. But they worked really hard on learning this original North Carolina Kid. And when we started it, Maggie's voice has deepened since we learned it. So she kind of had to do this really high part that was a little too high for her now, but as her voice has matured, that's another joy of family bands. You have to work around all the kids' voices changing.
That's an interesting point. That's really an interesting point. Wow. Okay, so I know that you guys will be at the Earl Scruggs Music Festival.
Yes, we're playing on Sunday from 6 to 7, Sunday evening.
That sounds like it's going to be fun. You're going to do some jamming and hanging around while you're there?
We will go to see other artists that we love. Darren and Brooke Aldridge always play on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I don't know when Jerry Douglas will have his set, but we've had the opportunity to sit in on his set for 2 different years there on the big stage, and that's always been fun. He is such a nice guy. He chatted with my husband backstage for a long time, just, talking about grandkids and just regular stuff. He's an honorary Biscuit Eater, and
There you go.
he loved to see the kids come out. So we didn't get it to work out last year, but maybe we'll get to do that again. We also played with Chris Jones and the Night Drivers. We're looking forward to that. This will be our 3rd time at Earl Scruggs Fest.
Well, I'll be down there. This year I will be covering the festival for the podcast. They've invited me to come down and sort of set up there and roam around, and so maybe I'll catch up to you guys there. So from family jam circle to bandstand to studio, what's next for the Biscuit Eaters?
Every traditional musician, bluegrass, country, whatever, you have this ultimate goal. For us would be what, Silas? What would be the pinnacle of our musical career, musical time together as a band?
I'm playing on the Grand Ole Opry.
Of course, that's the pinnacle for everybody, I think. I think we're what you would call maybe an odd duck. We are such normal people. We ride this line between being in the professional world of music, and then we're normal people that like to fish and camp, and we have a church family that we can't be away from. We're not really ambitious professionally. We are happy and content to share our music on stage when we can. We love playing the opening spots on Thursdays for a festival. We're doing that for Big Lick again this year. Big Lick Bluegrass Festival. Lonesome River Band will be there that same night. Little Roy and Lizzie will be there. And we're also going to get to play on the Malpas Brothers Festival in Denton. I'm not sure of the dates, but, we just love those spots doing on Thursday. I think more for us than wanting to be like a big name in bluegrass is we want to be ambassadors for the music and for kids in music, because I know what a blessing it's been to my family and how much it's affected our audience. I feel very fortunate in that regard. We can go to our backyard and do a video and reach people all over the world. We get messages from all over the world that say, whether it be our old time music or our bluegrass, we love to see the kids playing music. It's really gotten bigger than just us now with our social media music. It's more about, we realize how much it encourages people. There's kids involved in traditional music all over the country. There are so many talented youth bands just where we live. If we can represent that and get the word out that there are kids doing wonderful things, and also something that transcends generations. You know, Mr. Chester's 84,
Right.
and he's still teaching in our jam program, and we can walk up to a jam and jump in. People may be in their 80s or in their 20s, or music's a beautiful thing. So it means a lot to people.
I could not agree more. I think music is a huge unifying force when we sit together and make music, and it's a beautiful thing. So, Maggie, I want to ask you a question before we go. Somewhere out there's like an 8 or 7-year-old Maggie or Martin who's thinking of starting to play guitar. Do you have any advice for him or her on how to get started, or what they should think about while they're playing from your perspective?
Have a good teacher is big, and then
She's actually a really good teacher. She is an assistant teacher at JM. We're getting ready to do the Surrey County Old Time Camp at a community college, and she will be helping teach there. Yeah, that. I think that was a hard question, though.
Okay, since it's a hard question, kids, I'm going to ask Mom instead. How's that? So, Meredith, parents all over the world love the idea of having their kids get into music, but maybe don't know just how to encourage. What is your advice to parents?
I am a music teacher. I've been teaching music, different instruments, since I was 16 years old. But I think from the experience with my family, and now I'm teaching beginner fiddlers now in our area, the biggest thing I tell them, especially when they're really little, is you've got to listen to music together. You have to be immersed in it. Take them to jams, take them to festivals, listen to music together, not just kids' music. There's some great kids stuff out there, but listen to real music, listen to the classics. They're going to want to do what you're interested in too. And like I said, they've heard these sounds since they were babies in the womb, really. And bluegrass is such a unique sound. The harmonies are different. The feeling is different. You could even say it has a bluesy sounds of it. It's such a unique sound that just listening to it and hearing it, even as little guys, really helped them to get started. And my kids that I teach now, the younger ones that were growing up in this area, I always play for them and encourage them to come to the fiddlers conventions or anywhere they can hear the sounds. Singing was a huge part. So you don't necessarily have to stick an instrument in the hands of a 3-year-old to get them started. Do music together is the most important part. We're at an advantage because we are from Surrey County, North Carolina. This is the hotbed of old-time music and bluegrass. Galax, Virginia is just right up the road.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very much a community here. Music is a community builder, and we still get together all over the county. You can find jams to go to. As a musician that plays professionally, you know, book shows and gigs and stuff, you don't even have to travel very far at all to just stay booked, because there's always music happening here, traditional music. Find them an instrument is huge. If you were to visit our house, let's say 5 years ago, Silas, that's when you were playing fiddle. He's 10 now, but he started when he was 5. If you were to come to our house on any normal day, you would say, oh my word, what happened here? It exploded with instruments.
Yeah.
There are instruments laying everywhere. And of course we teach them, it's not a toy, you know, but giving them access to those instruments, we never kept them in cases,
Right.
you know, on little stands or laying around, or really nurtured and encouraged. Just pick it up and play. Even if you can make a sound, that's a good place to start. And it may be hard for some people, but for us, the community that we had find a music community, and you can find them online if you don't live in a wonderful place like we do, where there are musicians everywhere. But find a community that you can be a part of. There are all kinds of beginner jams out there. And, even if you don't know how to play yet, take your instrument, especially for the kids, give them their instrument and let them sit in. Pull up a chair around the outer circle of a jam and let them learn a few basic chords, and you just got to try it. And those beats and those sounds and even the etiquette of playing music with people will start to, become a part of your knowledge, of your musical knowledge. And the community is a huge part. And like I said, you could find a lot online. And two, in jam, I always see the ones that are the most successful always have parents that are involved.
Yep.
They will learn an instrument themselves. They will learn an accompaniment instrument. Or when I taught little bitty fiddlers, I always required the parents to come to the classes, and they would learn as well. And I know even for Silas, he's a great fiddler, but I think your most productive practice a lot of times is when I get out my fiddle and we do those exercises that Mr. Mike has given us to do to make us a great bluegrass fiddler. When we do those together, it's just more productive, Yep. Do it together. Make it a family thing.
So, Meredith, what's coming up in terms of performances by the Biscuit Eaters?
We're really excited about our September show. What's our September show, Silas?
Carolina Bible Camp.
Carolina Bible Camp Bluegrass Festival. It's in Mocksville, North Carolina. It's September 12th, that Saturday. And we have played there the last 2 years. Last year we got to play with Lonesome River Band. We've played there with Cody Norris Show. Caroline Owens was there last year. And this year, who's going to be there?
Michael Cleveland.
Michael Cleveland is going to be the headliner for that festival. And we actually play, I think, right before him, maybe. I think that's the lineup. But we are super excited. We love his music. We love his story. And we love that he can play any song at 350 beats per minute. Yes. I mean, he's just an admirable person. And, it's great. We can't wait to play with him. We're hoping that they'll get to play a tune together, you think? Silas is working on The Road to Columbus and Orange Blossom Special, of course. It's a great festival. It's an intimate setting. You bring your chair. The stage is right there. And actually, Silas and Maggie and Molly will be attending camp there the last week of July. It's a fundraiser for their camp. And they go to Bible camp there, too. So it's extra special to us. And then thinking farther out, November, we're back at Muddy Creek Cafe in Sparta. It's a great venue. We played there in May and probably played our best show we've ever done. We're going to be back there November 7th. We're at the Earl Scruggs Festival.
Right. Yeah, we'll see you down there.
They have a big program for kids. There's jams everywhere. The sound is great. The stage is just a beautiful setting. And there's horses, Maggie. Yes. There's horses there. So we love Earl Scruggs Festival, and we just look forward to seeing the artists. We go sit in the stands and watch. Earl of Leicester, we love them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're great. We're just excited. Josiah, our banjo player, he is a Scruggs man.
Yeah.
It is really hard to get him to break into the melodic banjo. He just loves that Scruggs style. So we're working on him, though.
Yeah. Well, just remind him that eventually Earl branched out into all different styles of banjo and music as well. So he's right, following Earl's footsteps. Well, I want to thank you very much. I know herding everybody together and making everyone's schedules work must be a challenge. So I thank you so much for getting 3/5 of the junior members of the Biscuit Eaters to show up. Silas, Maggie, Molly, thank you very much. And I really enjoyed meeting you and talking with you. And Meredith, thank you as well. I'll look forward to running into you at Earl Scruggs Music Festival and to listening to your music.
Thank you so much for having us.
really appreciate Meredith and the kids taking time to speak with me. Absolutely fascinating. Looking forward to running into them at the Earl Scruggs Music Festival this September. Please remember to follow us at Bluegrass Brooklyn. Drop by bluegrassbrooklyn.com. Drop a line, mike@bluegrassbrooklyn.com or liz@bluegrassjamsnearme.com. We look forward to seeing you around the jam circle. We'd like to thank our sponsors. We learn and grow with Peghead Nation's online courses and world-class instructors. We're powered by Ear Trumpet Labs microphones. That's why we sound so good.